Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it looks like Joy Reid is not going to be part of MSNBC's Voltron.
Yeah.
She is getting gone, at least from her own show. MSNBC canceled Joy Reid, her show. According to the New York Post, they canceled her lefty show as network makes major shakeup. Now, she is, as you were calling her, a grade A poop stirrer, right up there with Sunny Hostin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's constantly, everything's racism, everything's this, she's constantly,
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this. This is a very interesting decision because we did the video yesterday talking about how they were going to go try to pull some more far left voices from other outlets, and you would think that they would keep her on if that was the direction they were going in, but they're not.
Apparently not. Yeah. I was surprised by this, but this goes along with that. We talked about yesterday about they had the new person coming in, and one of the first things they're doing is basically booting. I don't know if they're giving her a different show, putting her someplace else, but her show is getting canceled for sure.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
You guys are looking to get notified because some people are having a hard time getting notified of our new video uploads. Go to clownfishtv.substack.com. I've been posting links to our videos as we post them over here on YouTube, and you will get an email notification. You will not miss a video, hopefully. So let's talk about this. This is coming from, again, the New York Post. I think they got it from the New York Times. And yeah, she's very, why do all these people that are so damn miserable have all these names that sound exciting and fun? Joy Reid, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, and they're all miserable people.
I call her Sunny Hostile, personally.
Sunny Hostile. Well, Sunny got a promotion on The View. They're going to actually do more with her because she brings the views because people want to see what dumb stuff she's going to say. So yeah, for now, this is coming from the New York Post. MSNBC liberal mainstay Joy Reid, her show has been canceled as part of a major overhaul by the network's new president, Rebecca Cutler. 7 p.m. program hosted by ardent Trump critic Reid, 56, will be replaced by a new panel show featuring co-hosts Alicia Menendez, Michael Steele, and Simone Sanders, the New York Times reported. So her own show's getting canceled. She's going to be on a panel. Is she going to be on the panel show, or is she getting gone completely?
I don't think she's on the panel show. When they had three people we mentioned yesterday that were supposed to be on the panel show, and one's like was a Republican National Convention person, one was a reporter, and one was something else. I forget.
A Republican. They're going to have a Republican.
That's what I think it read earlier when I read it, but that was a different article, so I don't know.
I would not want to be the only Republican on a panel on MSNBC.
I'm pretty sure they had a list of 3 people, and that's what they said they did prior.
The final episode of Reid's show, The Readout, will air sometime this week, ending the misery, ending a mainstay of MSNBC's lineup for the past 5 years. 5 years. MSNBC declined to comment. It marks the first large-scale shakeup by MSNBC's new president since she took over the network earlier this month. And again, she's running it for SpinCo because basically Comcast, NBC didn't want anything to do with MSNBC. They scraped it and a bunch of other cable TV channels off the bottom of their shoe. And this new lady came in and she's already making changes.
Well, here, Reid, one of the most prominent Trump bashers in the mainstream media, has been a long-serving anchor of the network, hosting a talk show, AM Joy. Yeah, nothing joy about her.
Right.
In 2016. And then she moved to the other slot in 2020. She's made a series of infamous rants in recent months telling Trump supporters to make your own dinner at Thanksgiving. They should suffer the consequences of your votes. This is up there with that other chick. I forget what her name is. She's like a congressperson or something. And she's like, if you voted for Trump, you're uneducated. This is also the same woman who said that $5,000 won't do much, for helping people, but also wanted reparations. It's kind of mentality. They're interchangeable. People are interchangeable at this point.
Cutler's making other major changes as she looks to change the fortunes of the network, where ratings have consistently trailed behind Fox News because basically people are sick of it, right? Alex Wagner, who's been on weeknights at 9, is also losing her anchor chair after Rachel Maddow returned, but she's only going to be on for like a couple months, right?
I don't know.
Maddow?
No, don't keep her on because she's supposed to bring views.
They're paying her like $25 million a year. You'd think she could sit her ass in a chair, for a couple hours a day, every day for $25 million a year.
Said, December, Nielsen said that Reid lost almost half her views since the election.
Well,
53% drop.
Oh my God. So Rachel Maddow, and they put her on more, So I'm waiting for the obligate
white woman.
I was gonna say that. That will be the next thing.
Racism.
After the NDAs are up or whatever, it's gonna be like, so they gave Rachel more time and they cut me from the show. But it's so bad that they actually made fun of her on Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
That's how ridiculous this woman is.
She's like a joke at this point.
God, all
mad
these
out too, honestly. But
yeah. Same month, MSNBC reportedly offered some of its most prominent stars, including Reid as well as Stephanie Rule, major pay cuts if they wanted to remain. So that might have had something to do with it. But they're not bringing the views. How can you pay people? How can you pay people millions of dollars a year if they're not bringing the views? I think they're putting Maddow in 5 nights a week because they're like, well, she's got to pay for herself, right?
Well, one of the replacements was that Sanders Townsend, which is a spokesperson for Harris.
Oh my God.
I'm like so incompetent and top of incompetence.
I don't watch these talking heads, but it's just so weird to see. Just all across the board. And it's not just MSNBC. It's like all these news outlets are panicking. And then usually what happens is when the people quit, then they go like, I'm going to go start a podcast. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to YouTube. And that's what they're doing. That's, we've had a couple people from CNN go to YouTube. I think Don Lemon went to YouTube, and Acosta, Jim Acosta. Mm-hmm. And they're not exactly burning it up over there because now it's like, oh, you don't have the luxury of being left on at the airport 24/7. So
basically people only listen to you when they have to.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you have to beg for change just like every other streamer now, right? Mm-hmm. But they said MSNBC and some of its fellow cable networks are being spun out by Comcast, forcing MSNBC to build up some of its own reporting and news gathering infrastructure. Yeah, they kept some people. NBC kept the people they probably thought were their best shot at being fair and balanced. But this is funny. This is what she told employees on the first day her role was announced. Our jobs are hard on a normal day, and these are not normal times.
That's what Cutler said.
Yeah, these are not normal times.
What Joy is saying.
Yeah, just to go out to the New York Times, here are the replacements. MSNBC is planning to replace Ms. Reid's program with the show led by a trio of anchors. So no, she's not part of it. Simone Sanders Townsend, a political commentator and former Democratic strategist. Okay, that makes sense. Michael Steele, a former chairman of the Republican National Committee. That
told you.
That is wild. And Alicia Menendez, the TV journalist, the people said they currently hosts The Weekend, which airs Saturday and Sunday mornings. So is this guy, is he still a Republican or did he walk away?
I don't know. I just said they had that. I knew I read it in the article. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to this stuff.
Ms. Reid declined to comment. So she's not, she probably can't.
Oh, I'm sure she's gagged. Yeah. I'm sure.
MSNBC declined to comment. I'm sure I think this is potentially about money, but also she's a joke. She's a big joke.
Pretty much at this point. And the thing is, they're taking it too far, and they're just doubling down on stupidity, which is making it worse.
Well, let's go back out to the post. The post has 3,000 comments and a bunch of ads. Holy God.
Ads.
I can't even get to the comments. Rich says, once upon a time when networks like MSNBC, CNN, et cetera, were moderate, I watched them. But in the last 20 years, these cable news companies have taken extreme to another level. And as such, I stopped watching them, as all they do is spew hatred of conservative values. Can these networks gain viewership from conservatives if they place the needle in the center? Maybe, maybe not. The damage has been done. I don't know if they want that, though, because that's boring.
They wanted to still lean left. They said they still wanted to push it left. They said that.
I don't know if, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if the general public really wants moderate news. I think some
people want confirmation bias a lot of times. We're more centrist. So we're like, Well, I'll watch any of it, but I'll be like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. But I'll equally say people are full of shit. But I think and I think what MSNBC is going to do, or Spinco, what they're going to call it, they're going to deliberately try to go harder to paint to the left to try to get those people that, are desperate for someone to tell them what they want to hear, which is going to be more of the same.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's on both sides of the aisle that there is.
Oh, it's far more on one side than the other. But
yeah, because one side had the megaphone for the longest time, right? So you basically had, the left controlling most of the media for years, for probably the better part of a decade, if not more. And that's all the opinions came from the left. And then anybody that would have a dissenting opinion or even question what was being told to you by the left-wing media, they were bigots, Nazis, misogynists, homophobes, racists, yada, 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 yada.
I think this one, well, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, funny thing happened the other day. I found a post that somebody written on a comics blog, and I forgot to send it to you, but they were actually blaming us. Nerdrotic, Thinking Critical, and Asmongold for helping Trump get reelected.
Us.
And Thinking Critical, right? Thinking Critical.
I mean,
Wes,
until recently, and it's only because it ties into the media and pop culture. We don't even talk politics that much.
No, we usually don't. And
we're center. I've center. We always leaned more to the left. Well, until the left was batshit. We're just center. We don't even yes, it's our fault. Somehow we managed to do it.
I thought it was hilarious. This is a comic book person that was just having like a complete meltdown after the election. I just thought it was funny.
Derangement syndrome.
Yeah, it's like, most of the comic book media is fine, but these YouTubers helped Trump come back. And then he just gave up his blog 2 weeks later. I'm like, oh my God, whatever.
We had nothing to do with it. Jeez Louise.
I know, right? These people, this is what I'm saying. This is, I think there actually is enough TDS out there to make MSNBC go, or MSTDS.
That's what I'm saying.
Go.
I think there is. I think that's what they're gonna bank on. There's one person here, Transforming America. Let's hope they can bring back the much needed moderate voice to the network. I'm very doubtful, but perhaps the loss of revenue is a network's wake-up call. The person said the problem is it can't ever be trusted. Exactly. Trust is difficult, almost impossible to rebuild once it's lost. And I think that's it. Because these are people that listen to them. The reason their stuff dropped all of a sudden was because they're like, you lied. You said that, Harris had this in the bag, and you led us to believe that, it was this, that, and the other, and that turned out it wasn't. And that's one of the reasons people were so mad at MSNBC.
Yeah, people were talking about The View, too. They said, fire the hosts and replace them with the conservatives. But this person's actually correct right here. Or replace the panel and return the show to its core purpose, which was to entertain mostly housewives and midday TV viewers.
Oh, for The View, yeah.
Yeah, when it first started, it wasn't that political.
It wasn't.
It actually wasn't. Not that I watched it a lot, but when it came on, I was actually working second shift. And I used to, I would just I didn't have very many channels, so I'd just turn on whatever was on, and The View would come on. And like I said, they had Whoopi Goldberg and what was it, Star Jones and what's her name, Matt Anopoulos, and they would just talk goofy stuff and make jokes, and they'd get occasionally a little political, but not like it is now. No,
it was more funny stories and here's new stuff you could use in your house and stuff like that. And it went from being just a fun, entertaining show to just being bleh all the time.
Just vomit. It's just vomiting. Just a lot of vomit. So good luck with that. So yeah, it might have been they a couple of things could happen. They could have said, hey, we're reining you in. We're not paying you as much as you want, or we just don't want you on here because you're such a damn joke that Saturday Night Live is making fun of you. Mm-hmm. That's pretty damn bad.
Well, she wouldn't take the pay cut apparently, so.
No, that probably at the end of the day, that probably is what it is. She wouldn't take the pay cut. And I guarantee you, after that NDA is up, you're going to hear, well, they gave money to Maddow because she's white.
It wouldn't surprise me because everything's racist according to Joy Reid. So
we're going to wrap this up. Mm-hmm. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.